Hello, everybody out there in Bourbon Real Talk land. Randy Sullivan coming to you again for a quick dusty or maybe pseudo-dusty. I actually don't know what year this is, but quick dusty review. We've got the old charter, 8 years, age stated. And this one is kind of near and dear to my heart. My grandfather passed away a couple years ago. And whenever I was going around to distribute his effects, my bourbon porn knife, if you guys remember that came from my grandfather. I had to give some of his things to some of his friends. I went over to this older gentleman's house and he had all of these bottles sitting on his bar that were completely covered in dust. He said he hadn't drank in about 20 years and he let me pick through it. And I found a bottle of Old Charter 7-year. I've not opened it just because of the nostalgia, plus it's a little bit cloudy. But there was another 10-year that was open there. And it'd probably been open for 20 years or more, and somehow what little juice was still in there hadn't gone bad. I don't know why. I think maybe because the bottle had not been disturbed, it hadn't been opened, and so whatever chemical reactions were going to happen, it only had so much oxygen or something. I don't know, but it was still really good, and drank that, and it was enjoyable. So getting to try this bad boy reminds me of my grandfather. So cracking it open, let's see what's up with this. Okay, on the nose, there's a lot of vanilla forward component, not a lot of the musty funk that you get, like that basement smell that you get on a lot of older whiskeys. But there is a little bit of that motor oil component that I find on some older whiskeys. And I know that sounds bad, but just think about the smell of when you're changing a car's oil. Not like you put it in your mouth, but like, that smell. There's a little bit of that, a little bit of petrochemical-ness. See how it tastes. Yeah, so vanilla up front, transitioning into orange, maybe a little bit of a tropical fruit flavor, like a mango kind of a thing. But right in there is that fruit flavors coming in. You're tasting that motor oil petrol flavor, but it's light. It's not a big, the whiskey that I think of when I think of that petrol component is lock, stock, and barrel. I get it on a lot of high-age ryes. They taste like burnt tires to me. There's just a tiny bit of that in here, and it makes it interesting to me. So I don't think these are super expensive on the secondary. So if you get a chance to grab one of these, I'd definitely do it. The flavor's great. So if you have any questions or comments, throw them down below. And I'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk.